which is probably still a struggle for SEO experts, is to understand how we rank on the LLMs, on these engines. So how do you track that and do you have a specific also set of tools or agents to review that?
Yeah, I'm using SEMrush for that too. They have a decent tool that provides like how many citations you're appearing for. I suspect the like data availability of it is probably the biggest knock against it, but it's like a pretty good pretty cool tool set, at least for your sort of basic needs. Like what are the citations you're appearing in? They group them kind of topically. So like here's your retirement advice topic in our case, right? And then be like, okay, here's a bunch of different queries that have some commonality. You know, they're kind of like rolling up into queries. Here's the ones you're appearing for. Here's the ones you're not appearing for. And then they do a good job of actually showing in that tool like what are the sites that are getting cited for these types of things. So between the job that I was at and this current one, I was doing some freelancing, and so it was for kind of like a local med spa here in Austin. So kind of like in that local business. I hadn't done that for a long time, but they, of course, were interested, and they rank pretty well for core terms. They rank pretty well, but they were really like, how do we get more AI search was something that they were interested in. And so I was using the SEMrush tool, and what was really interesting in some of the citations that they were showing, two things. One, I initially told them, I was like, yeah, I don't think you guys really need to bother with like LinkedIn. I don't think that's really like a big
Yeah.
channel for you. But I was seeing some competitors with like a LinkedIn page that was publishing content, not a lot of content or even very recent, but it was just kind of filling these like unique content gaps in the AI results. And so this competitor's LinkedIn posts were getting pulled and added as like citations
Wow.
in these pieces. And SEMrush also uncovered, this will again depend on the business, but discovered some like profiles for this, the doctor that ran this med spa that, hadn't been filled out, or were maybe he had filled out like 10, 15 years ago that were now really outdated. So if people were trying to kind of like search for more information about him or his practice, you were getting this like outdated old information from these profiles that SEMrush was citing. So it's like, okay, cool. This is like very tangible stuff. Like we know that there's these queries out here that are getting put into. I think they primarily just have Chat and Gemini and Google. I don't think they have other engines. I think it's just those three right now. But in those places, like, hey, here's citations that are getting picked up, sites that are getting picked up and pulled into the results for AI search that you have old or no content for. Like, it'd
Great.
take an hour to go through and like fill these out and update them and get the right address and contact there. And like just doing that is gonna strengthen your online presence and the results that you're pulling in for Google. So yeah, I've enjoyed SEMrush. I think it's, probably, I know there's more kind of dedicated tools for it, but I think at least kind of getting a lot of folks started, I think it's pretty helpful.